Hey, it says I'm live. Hello. Hello. I am alive. I'm back. First time in almost a year. Let's see, we got Jenny Rose, Deborah, Michelle, Robert, Diamond Queen 2020, long time no see. Karen, hello. And Pink Poodle, it's Ashley, hello. And Crystal, we're all here. The gang is all here. Well, most of the gang. I'm sure there'll be more coming soon. It's been a long year, y'all. Some of y'all know the story, and some of y'all don't. But I'm solo. There's nobody over here beside me. Amber's gone. Her and her mom moved out. Back in April, May, late April, early May. So it's just been me here alone. Hello, Judy and Phyllis and Connie. So yep, it's just me now going solo, and I'll be honest with you, this feels like the very first time all over again. It's kind of weird. I'm not used to this, so I will fall back into it here quickly enough, and everything will get rolling, and then I'll be doing this again every week like I used to. Hey, Aussie Collection, how you been? And Cindy Lee, hello. I believe you are new to the channel. I haven't seen you before. Butter? Yeah, no, Dave's not here. No. And I'm getting messages from my phone on my screen. Hi, Marie. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I know, Judy. I'm I'm glad you could be here. I Hey, you're not here. Hi, Helen. Yeah, Berta, I'm never here. That's just kind of my little thing because the old Cheech and Chong thing. Dave's not here. It's even the ringtone on my phone. Um, it just kind of got picked up. I can't remember where it got picked up back in 2019 when I started my channel. I think I was hanging out in somebody's live. It may have even been Mrs. Coffee's. I don't remember. And somebody said something about, oh, hey, Dave's not here. And I kind of like caught the joke and I played along with it. And it's just kind of been my little joke. And it's my way of letting everybody know I'm in the chat. Like, Dave's not here. Hey, Sarah, Helen, I a lot has happened to me. I'm not going to go into detail, but suffice to say, Amber and I broke up last January-ish, and she moved out in April. It wasn't a pretty thing. It wasn't a very pleasant breakup. We're friends now, so we're still on friendly terms. She still comes by and takes care of the cats when I go on my hiking trips and stuff. But she moved out. She's got a new guy she's living with. So yeah, that's what's been going on. It just took me a while to go from my channel started out as a me thing back in 2019, and after I met her, she moved in with me. It became an us thing, and it's just taken me this long to get back to making this a me thing again. Just kind of had to get over all of it and get it all out of my system and out of my mind before I came back. So that's why I took off for a while. Okay, Karen, that's fine. Yeah, Beth. Yeah, no, I wasn't gone at all. And happy New Year, everyone. It is 2023, so it's a perfect time for me to come back on the very first day of 2023. Might as well start it off right. Um, but yeah, lots happened. I've gotten into hiking, so a lot of you may know I go on hiking trips now, mainly when it's warm. My plan was to go hike the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine next year, or actually this year now, in March, but that's not going to happen. Just finances aren't working out the way I'd hoped. So I'm going to try to change some things up financially around here, save the money, and hopefully in 2024 I can make the trip. And that'll be something I really want to do. Hank is wonderful. Aussie Collection. He is right here behind me on the back of my chair, sleeping. Had a little problem with him yesterday. I slept until about 1 p.m. because I was up on Zoom all night. And I got up at 1 p.m. yesterday, and normally Hank is like right underneath my feet from the time I wake up to the time I give him treats. So he wasn't right under my feet when I woke up. And I came out of there and I realized my front door was wide open and Hank was nowhere to be found. So I'm out there running around the neighborhood yesterday and for about an hour, hour and a half, shaking a treats bag, walking around the neighborhood, yelling, Hank, treats, Hank, treats. And he is chipped. So I was coming in here to change the information on his microchip so that it would reflect that I'm in Alabama now and not North Dakota, because I just never did that. And while I was sitting here trying to do that, I left the door open and he came wandering back in, just, like nothing was wrong. He was a little dirty. And then he slept all day yesterday. Hey, Brian. Yeah, it's good to be back, Beth. It is. It took me a while to come to the decision to do this, but I figured I needed to. I noticed I was losing subscribers. So it was like 200 subscribers low. By the way, this is a giant, massive painting that I think some of you in some of the groups I'm in have seen it. It is 165 by 100, 100 colors, and it is a giant picture of the Disney castle. Maybe this thing will get focused. Yeah, there it is. So it's a much better picture than that, and that's what I am working on now. This is going to be my year-long project. I probably will keep this on the table year-round because I have it wrapped up down here on a big toilet paper roll, is what I call it. Just a couple big dowel rod pool noodle wrapped around it. This is wrapped up around that, and then it's stuck through a makeshift homemade L-shaped stand with towel rack rings screwed into it, and the dowel rod sticks through the towel rack rings, and I can just unroll this thing like a giant roll of toilet paper as I work on it. So that's down on the floor at the base of the front of the desk down here behind the camera, and I can just pull it from here, which actually you can't even see the front end of it there. There it is. I'm working on the bottom row of the thing. I have pretty much a 22, 23 centimeter section done almost all the way across. Taking off a ride there. Phyllis, you're not working. You're doing a 90 by 60 of Kobe Bryant. No, Helen, I'm glad that everybody did stick with me that did, because, I hated taking away and taking off and going, because I knew that I had worked really hard to build this up and build up the channel and build up subscribers, and I hated doing it. But for my own well-being, I had to. And it was just a choice I had to make. I just could not. I didn't feel I could be, I don't know, I couldn't provide the best entertainment for y'all if I was in the mood and thing I was in. And probably at the time would have said some things that I would have regretted. And so I didn't. Honorable Pimpin' Robert. Well, it's good that you're not working tonight, Phyllis. I'm glad. You've been taking a lot of break over the holidays, so proud of you. If y'all don't know, Phyllis is constantly working. Like, she hardly ever gives up, so it's been good to see her not work. And a little bit about this Royal Diamond painting. It was purchased in 2020, early 2020. In fact, it gave me COVID. Yes, the diamond painting gave me COVID. It was purchased in early 2020 when COVID was just kicking off in China, in Wuhan. And the reports were just coming over to the US about how bad this thing could be. And it shipped overnight by FedEx from Wuhan, China. 4 days later, after I got it, I had COVID. So I was like very early in the stages of COVID in the US. I was one of the very few first people, I want to say. It was never diagnosed. Was no tested because there was no testing for it. However, all the symptoms matched. The cough, the fever, the no taste, no smell for a while. So yeah, that I guarantee it was COVID. Um, I put it away for a little bit. I think I did my unboxing when I got it. I put it away for a little bit. I started on it, and I started noticing that the drills had way too much gapping on it. So I texted or messaged. I don't even know what her name is. I messaged her and told her what was going on. Told her, I said, I think you sent me a canvas meant for rounds, and you sent me square drills. And she says, no, that couldn't have happened. I'll look into it. How about if we just replace the drills? And I said, okay, but I don't think it's going to work. And she messaged me back the next day and said, I checked with our manufacturer. They accidentally sent you a round canvas with square drills. We're just going to replace the entire kit. So they sent me another entire kit overnight from China. Again, not bad. I do like the service there. Um, and I'm just now getting back to working on it again. And I'm noticing most, and not all of the colors, but many of the colors have little tabs on the drills. And I've got a lot of popping drills over here in this section that's already done that I keep constantly have to roll down. So what I've taken to is sitting here with an X-Acto knife and cutting the little tabs off the drills as I put them in the tray and see them, and then I put them on the canvas. So I will contact her again. I just joined the Royal Diamond Painting group, and I will contact her again and see if there's anything she can do about it. If not, I'm either going to continue just cutting the little tabs off, or I am going to go to Diamond Drills USA, and I'm probably going to have to spend another $300 just replacing the drills that I need to replace, because this thing has 277,000 drills, 38,000 of which are all one color, blue. Oh, that's right, Deborah. Ravens and Steelers are tonight. Go Ravens. I should have my Ravens jersey on while I'm doing this. Let's see, what did I forget? Hey, Dave, this game is boring 3-3. How can a 3-3 game be boring? Yes, Aussie Collection. I still have the tray you got me. Amber took hers with her when she left, so she left me all of my stuff, and I'm grateful for that. She took all of her diamond paintings and all her stuff. But yes, Helen, I took time to heal. I needed to, and had a lot of Zoom friends. They're all in this chat, pretty much all of them, most of them anyway, and they've helped me through it. Beth has been a huge help through all of it. Nana, I haven't seen Nana pop in tonight, but Nana also as well was a big help. Um, had a lot of people on my side. I'm telling you, it's great to have as many friends, and I think I pretty much consider most of y'all kind of family at this point. And it's been great helping me get over everything and get back to who I am. Brian says probably come back into Zoom after Days Live. Okay, when I get down here, I'll be popping in there. So where else am I going to be until 5 o'clock in the morning? And now I can't remember where I was at. There I am. But yeah, so it's been a healing process, and I'm not going to go into detail about what happened and why and all of that. I just there's no need to. Um, we said it in the post I made on my community tab back when I announced that I was taking a break, that we didn't want anybody taking sides. There was no sides to take, really. Um, we both were arguing a lot, and that was kind of just our argument to have. We both did some wrong things and said some wrong things, and things played out the way they did. But I don't think at this point anymore any grudges are being held. As I said, her and I are both friends. So if you see Amber around, say hi to her, whatever. Um, you know, Nobody's going to hurt my feelings by being friends with her as well. And she comes over and takes care of the cats for me as well. So when I go on my hiking trips, which has been a lot of fun, the hiking thing, I love it. Can't can't wait for spring to get here so I can actually go out and hike again, because wintertime sucks when you're on a trail up on a mountain. Okay, Phyllis, enjoy your movie. Yes, Beth, I know I should be in bed sleeping, but I don't sleep well anymore at night, and I have more fun sitting in Zoom than I do sleeping. So, oh yeah, that's right. You did stay up last night, Jenny Rose. Because I remember as I was going to bed, you said, "Well, I might as well just stay up." Yeah, because you had an early, you set that early appointment. Yep, Zoom night shift. We hold it down. I don't exactly know what our job entails, but yeah, we're night shift. But mine isn't really trouble sleeping. I mean, when I go lay down and go to sleep, I go to sleep. I have no problem getting to sleep. It's just it's wanting to go to sleep. That's my biggest problem. I don't want to go to sleep. I actually feel like I'm wasting my life away sleeping if I go to sleep, because I look at life in terms of time. And if you break a day up into 3 8-hour segments, okay, say you sleep 8 hours every night, you go to work 8 hours every day, that only leaves you 8 hours of the day left to really live a life. And I honestly don't want to go out in the end and say, I only lived a third of my life. I don't know. I want to try to get back as much of the other 2/3 as I possibly can. So I sacrifice my sleep in order to have more of that other 2/3 back that I can get. Yes, we are. And what happens in Zoom does stay there. So y'all can't even like pry it out of me. You could waterboard me. I would never tell. No Aussie collection. They do not. Actually, I've only really got one or two hiking friends. My buddy Jordan, uh, he lives over north of Birmingham, and he doesn't for sure. He has a couple of friends that he met before him and I met, and it's an older couple. Well, I don't say older. I think Ron is 60 and Cindy is probably about the same age. They hike with us too when we go out to the Smokies and hike. And I don't think they do it either because they pretty much live in a camper. They're kind of living the van life, but they do it in a camper shell on a pickup, a big camper shell. And they just sometimes stay out on the road for months at a time and hike and whatever. Now he's kind of homebound now for a while because he was just diagnosed with myeloma, and so he's starting to undergo treatment for that. He hopes to be hiking in spring, so I'm kind of hoping he can get out there and do it with us, because I understand that that's pretty much a terminal illness at some point, and he probably doesn't have that much longer left with us. So I hope he can stay good enough to come out and hike with us at least one more time. But sleepless nights anymore. Yep, that's right. Happy New Year, Tanya. So yeah, my buddy Ron is he found out on our last hike. That was the sad part. We were hiking up this really hard, steep climb, and he got to the top of the climb and he turned his phone on for the first time all day, and the phone rang just as he turned it on, and it was his doctor calling to let him know that he had tested positive for myeloma, and he ended up getting off the trail a day early. So his wife had already gotten off trail just prior to that big climb. She decided to go back to where the start of the hike was and wait for us to get there. And then he got off the trail the next day early. He just set out early in the morning and did 2 days worth of hiking in one, or set out to do 2 days worth of hiking in one to get back to his car a day early. And Jordan and I and these other two ladies that were with us were all going to do another night in another shelter. We were going to only go like 5 miles that day and then go another 7 miles the next to get out of the trail and get back to the car. And the two ladies decided they were going to get off trail at the same time that Ron did. And then I woke up that morning and my knee started bothering me when I was going downhill. And the rest of the hike, the next 12 miles or so, was all going to be downhill. And every step I took with my left leg felt like somebody was stabbing a knife in my knee and twisting it. So I wasn't going to make it another 12 miles like that. So Jordan and I ended up getting off the trail a day early as well, the same day. So the whole crew, nobody finished the hike. Okay, Judy, I'll see you when I get done here, hopefully. Aussie collection, the Hank Diamond painting is looking wonderful. I actually, before I came back to this, when I first started deciding I was going to start diamond painting again, because I had taken a break from all of it. When I first decided I was going to come back, that's what I started working on. And I finished a good chunk of it over a short period of time that I came back. I'm going to go grab it out of the closet and I'll show it to you. By the way, you can look at Hank while you wait. And I have not taken down my Christmas decorations, so never mind the... Here is the Hank custom, y'all. Kind of creased at the bottom right this second. But yep, there it is. And that's all I got left on it. I will come with that later. Hey, Hank. Hello, everyone. I'm not camera ready, so back down you go. Yes, tons and tons and tons of confetti. Yeah, naughty boy Hank. Yeah. Hey, Yvonne. Didn't see you pop in. And yes, I will go back and redo that section, because after that section, all of our hiking this past summer pretty much has all been on the Appalachian Trail through the Smokies. After that section there, I will only have, I think, 2 more shortish kind of sections left, and I will have done the entire stretch of the Appalachian Trail through the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of hiking. I think I've put in, my app says that I put in somewhere around 150 miles this summer already. Yes, Yvonne, the eyes were beautiful. I absolutely love how that Hank custom is turning out, but the confetti is horrible. Crafting with Beautiful Chaos. Hello. Welcome to the channel. I have not seen you around before. Yeah, he went to a kitty New Year's Eve party. Yep. And he came back smelling like another kitty because Arya despised him when he came back. She treated him like he was a new cat that she'd never met. Hissing at him, growling at him, swiping at him, chasing him around the house to chase him off. Dave, you need to read my comment above. Which comment above? Which one? Ba-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Berta, like I tell my kids all the time, I can cut that leg off for you. I do work at a hospital. Oh, no, I need the leg. I need it. It's kind of necessary to me. But yeah, because I couldn't see me hopping down the trail on one foot. That wouldn't work. she was upset. She was mad at him. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. It was like, she kind of realized that, hey, I got this place all to myself now. And then he came back. So, yeah, she was mad at him for coming back. Now she's not the only cat anymore. I mean, it was only a couple hours he was gone. Like, really? She got that comfortable by herself here? I mean, I guess it was only a couple hours. I really don't know how long it was. I don't know when he decided to go on his little walkabout. I don't even know where he went. He just came out of nowhere. Just like I was sitting here at the computer and I look over and I see him in the door walking through. And maybe she was. Helen, I did have a good Christmas. Of course, I did my Christmas premiere, and I was present for most of the premieres. Can't remember. Did I stay up? Yes, I stayed up all night on Christmas Eve night and all day Christmas Day. So I stayed up the whole time. Oh, wait, I needed to pull those out for something. He needs a GoPro on his car. Yeah, I would love to know where he went, but I'm not going to let him out. He's not an outside cat. He was before I got him, but that's 3 years ago. He may have forgotten how to be an outside cat. And he's too spoiled to being fed and given treats and all that. So I don't think he'd survive as an outside cat anymore. Plus, every time he has gotten out for any length of time and we found him, he was under a car. He always goes under cars. And you're not going to survive very long constantly going under cars. Oh, and I'm filling in over here in this section. Here's a number that I didn't get all of them done in this little strip down here. I can barely see it because the light pad isn't over here. The light pad ends right here. It goes all the way to this side on the other side, which is way over there. It's an A2 light pad, and it tells you the A2 light pad covers just about half of this width-wise. Yeah, so, you don't tend to survive living under cars. And what I was really afraid of yesterday is he had done that. He'd gone out, gotten under a car, was hiding under a car, maybe gotten up in a little crawl space or something that he could chill out in, and that somebody would have taken off and transplanted him somewhere else. That was my biggest worry and concern. Because I just know how he is. He got out up in North Dakota one night, and I had basically come in the house. Amber and I had gone out on out on the balcony to go vape, and he came out there with us. He used to come out there with us a lot. And I guess we didn't realize he was out there when we went in the house to go to bed, and we shut the door and basically locked Hank out for the night. Didn't know it. And the next morning, I came out and realized what we had done when I woke up, and I went out on the balcony and called for him. And he was just right out in the parking lot beside the building underneath the car. He come climbing out underneath the car and ran over to me and came up in the house, smelling like a mechanic shop. And then one time here, we had taken him out. No, we had taken the dog out. We had that dumb dog. And we took that dog out, and he had come outside, and we had to leave to go down to Amber's kids about a half hour south of here, and forgot that Hank was out. None of us had remembered to go get him back in when he went out while we went out with the dog. We got halfway down there and realized Hank was still out, that we hadn't got him in, and we came back, went looking for him around the complex, and he was about 2 buildings down under a car. So that seems to be his place to go. And this time when he came home with dirt on his cheeks, and it looked like it could have come from under a car. So he was probably under a car again. Yeah, he's a mechanic on the side. That's it. Yeah, Hank is. He's out here just fixing the cars. Nobody even realizes it, He wants to be, I guess. Any tips on confetti? Nope. That's the best I can put it. Nope, just got to do it. Um, I personally still like to work one color at a time in a 10 by 10 centimeter section. I'll just cut a 10 by 10 centimeter section out, and I'll work from the beginning to the end of the colors in that section before I move on to the next one. And that's the way I do it. A lot of people like the multi tray and multi. No, no, I can't. My ADD does not allow that. So I've got to work one color at a time and focus on that, or it'll take me forever trying to do multicolors. One row at a time? No, I don't do that. I will do one section at one 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter section at a time. That's this one here. I'm actually doing a 25 by 25. Actually, I'm supposed to be working this section right here, but this section was halfway done, and I figured I'd probably end up finishing this one, so I already uncovered that one. But I've already got some of this number here that are uncovered down here that were never done from the last time we worked on it. So Amber refused to work on this one anymore, and so it always got kept getting put away and never worked on. And I figured it's time to work on this because this is a gift for my granddaughter. You know, it's bigger than she is at this point. This thing here is 4.5 feet tall when you hold it up straight, and she's only about 3 foot something. So the diamond painting is bigger than she is. And the rate I'm going on it, she will be bigger than it before she gets it. Yeah, Phyllis or Beth, that's it. Yep, wear a hat. That way you're not pulling your hair out on confetti, because that painting is pure confetti. I've had 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter sections on that painting that had all 34 colors in that one section. So just a word to the wise, do not order a close-up custom of a cat or any other furry creature, because you will have massive amounts of confetti. Unless you really enjoy confetti. Like Pink Poodle did that picture of uh, I guess it's her boss's dog, and maybe it's hers, I can't remember. But it is an absolute beautiful picture from Dreamer Designs, and I'm actually will be going to them for my next custom I have done, because that turned out absolutely beautiful. I'm impressed with it. So I'm going to check Dreamer Designs out for my next custom when I'm financially able to. Yes, Helen, this is the 100 by 165 Magical Castle, it's called. But yeah, it's that one. It's 100 colors. 4 Harbor Freight boxes of drills. Here's the answer key for it. Thank you, Jamie. Need to have a GPS on him. You know what? I thought about that. Like, I actually was thinking about it yesterday when I was looking for him. I was like, I have a pair of earbuds that I wear that actually have that tile technology built into them, and I have them registered on tile so that if I lose them, I can find them. And I was thinking they need something like that for cats, like tile for pets. Well, thank you, Judy. I'm glad. I was worried about it earlier, and that's what I said. I was actually telling Beth just before I went live. I was like, it feels like the very first time going live, and I remember that day, the very first time I ever went live, and it was, oh, it was. I was so nervous, but I told her, I was like, this feels like doing it all over again the very first time. I was like, it's so weird. And here I've been live 100 times, and why was I nervous? But it's just, I feel like I'm still rusty and trying to get back into it again after so long being gone. But I told her, I said, I'll fall back into it pretty easy, I'm pretty sure. But it's just getting over that initial nervousness. 5.5 months. Can I put a tile on it? I'm thinking about that, Beth. I wonder if I could. I've got to. That would be a great idea. But the problem I have with Hank is with collars. They say you're supposed to be able to put 2 fingers under the collar in order for it to be right for him. And I can do that when I put a collar on him. But if I do that, he ends up like scratching at it or whatever, and he pulls it forward and he gets his bottom jaw hooked under the collar. And then he makes the worst noises. Like, I've never heard a cat make noises like I've heard him make when he does that. And it's hard to get it off because the collar is supposed to be a breakaway, but it doesn't have enough pull on it to break away when he does that. But he can't get his teeth unhooked from under it. And I've got to literally grab the collar and pull it and break it apart in order for him to get out and get free. And so I don't keep a collar on him that often because of that. And I don't want to tighten it up anymore because it feels like I'm putting it on him too tight. They now own what was Mary's Diamonds. Bella Art de Nicole. Yes. I did not know that. What was Mary's Diamonds? I don't remember. Huh. Yes, Beth, you did tell me that. I know. I knew I would be too. I just, you know me. I'm going to worry about stuff that I don't need to. Just how I am. 10-3 Ravens. Yes. What can I say? I knew they were going to beat the Steelers. Steelers haven't been good this year. Shame, though, because the Steelers have several of the key players from last year's and the national championship teams of Alabama are on the Steelers. And I always want to see the Alabama guys do good, but not if they're on the Steelers. I'm excited to see where Bryce Young ends up this year after the draft. He'll probably end up going to, I think, Houston, they said, which kind of sucks. I always wondered that, Anybody that keeps up with football and college football and NFL, the NFL draft, the worst team in the league gets the first pick in the draft. So the best football player coming out of college gets put on the worst football team in the NFL. It's kind of an unfair thing, Another kit seller struggled with quality. Okay. Well, that's probably why I didn't know who it was, because I probably never bought anything from her. So I probably had seen reviews. The name rung a bell. I just don't remember seeing it. I don't remember seeing any of this color, but yeah, I'm still going to search for it. It's got to be some of them in here. Nope. Oh, yeah, there's one. Another one right there behind it. And another one right there behind that. Another one right there behind that. There we go. See, I haven't been buying kits for a while either, so I think the last one I bought was, and if y'all didn't see it, if you saw my Christmas premiere, I was working on a Christmas diamond painting. And I'll pull it over here and show it to you. I finished it up. Actually, I finished it up on Christmas Day. I put the last drill in it. There you go. Oh, the camera's picking up the sparkles now. I put sparklers in in the snowflakes from Tmall, and I put some quads in on some of the square with the ones that had the place for a quad. I'm glad it's picking up the sparkle now because it wasn't on Zoom, and I was trying to show it off. Judy, yes, I do from time to time multi-place if I really need to. I've got a whole set of multi-placers. I bought them on Amazon. There's a single one for round, a single placer for round, and I've got a four placer. I think that one was Patriotic Beauty. I bought from her, the four placer there. And then I also have a single placer for round there. And I don't, that one came off somewhere. I don't know. And then I've got this whole set of these gold colored ones that are a single placer for squares. It's got a different shaped hole in the top for squares. And my camera won't focus on it because it's dumb. And I got a double placer there for two. Let's see if I can get that. There it is. It will not focus now. Come on, stupid. Okay. But yeah, that's a single placer for squares, a double placer for square or for whatever. And then this one has a three placer from that set. And then I've got one of these has a four somewhere. There it is. A four, a five, and a six on that one with another metal single placer. And that one is 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And then I've got a angled single placer and a long straightener. And I've got a long straightener there that I got from my Secret Santa this year that's angled. I've got also a whole set of the angled ones like this that are all angled. And I got multi-placers as well. Yes, it is beautiful, isn't it, Helen? I absolutely love that painting, and the sparklers just made the day. It's the first time I've ever bought any sparklers from Tmall and used them, and I'm now hooked. I got the snowflakes were done in the Frost Crystal AB, and then some of the snowflakes were done in the Quad Cubes Clear Ice. Hello, Terry. Debbie bought you a set with a square single placer and a game changer for the old single placer. Yeah, see, I do a lot of single placing when there's confetti, like in this section. Now, when there's a lot of color blocking, I will, if it's square, I will multi-place, but I will not multi-place rounds because I am too OCD about my rounds being totally perfectly straight. So I will checkerboard my rounds when I am when I'm doing color blocking with those. Yes, the gang is all here. I was wondering where you was at there, Terry. But you're way over there in Australia. It's tomorrow, and it's probably what, tomorrow afternoon for you. It's funny. I was telling Terry about something I saw the other day. It was a video about how dumb some of our younger generation can be, and one of them was saying they had asked her a question. She said something like, "Well, people in Australia are in the future, so how come they couldn't have told us about the queen dying before we had to find out later and be sad about it?" Like, as if the people in Australia knew that the Queen had died before we did because they're a day in the future. I thought, our world is getting dumb. You know what? Aussie Collection, I would love to come visit Australia. If somebody can come up with about $10,000 in travel money, I'd be glad to. But because I looked up tickets for flights to Australia, and of course all the spending money I would need to get around and everything, I easily could run $10,000 to make a trip to Australia. What color was I working on here? Oh, P in a circle. That's what I'm working on. P in a circle. No, I'm not going to pee in a circle, but I don't think I have very many of those. There's one. Oh, you know Terry, Aussie Collection? That's cool. Yeah, Terry, he's the one I was telling you about that got me this little tray thing that for my trash drills. It's from a company down there. I have no clue the name of it anymore. I would have to almost go back uh, through my videos to find the link in the description of the video where I unbox those or unpack them. But they're really cool. They're like a wooden. Anybody hasn't seen it? It's like a little wooden cut. It's got a cutout for a green tray and a little space for a pad of wax, and then you can put one of the little green boats in there. And I use it for my trash drills. Yeah, Sarah, because because you come from up there in the cold land of the north, where if it gets above 60 degrees, y'all got the AC on. Oh, okay, that's awesome. You know what, Helen? I'd started doing that too when I came back to diamond painting. I was working on that. Well, I wasn't working on that one. I was working on another painting, and it had a lot of color blocking. And I loathed the idea of going above a four placer. And I finally decided, you know what? I want to get this thing done. And I started using bigger multi placers. And now I'm actually pretty good with a 10 placer on squares. Like I said, I won't do it on rounds because multi placing really doesn't work well with rounds because you can't line them up where they need to be. And then after you put it down, then you got to go back with your single placer and move every one of them to where they need to be anyway. So if I'm going to do that, I might as well just touch them once and put them in place where they need to be once. I doubt I could pee in a circle. No, but it'd be interesting to try. I forgot when it was. It was last summer sometime, and we had a bet. Amber had a bet that about something, and she said, "If I lose this bet, then I've got to go out and try to pee, and I got to try to pee my name in the snow." And I'm like, "How are you going to pee your name in the snow?" She goes, "I don't know. Watch me. I bet I can do it." She swore she could. I've never saw her try, and I'm kind of glad I didn't because that would have been nasty and it would have been a mess. And I'm out of that color. I'm done with that color. I can pee running around. Oh my god. Oh Lord. And how drunk were you when you did that, Judy? Oh, wait, I don't have any of that one. Oops. I do not have any of that one yet. I'm guessing that would be in the final box. Yes. Okay. I've got a bunch of these. See what you're missing, Greg. I'll try. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's just a sampling. Well, Berta, I figured for women, peeing with your eyes closed would be easy because you're usually sitting. No, I didn't stop vaping. Got mine right here. I actually meant to click the go live, and then just as it popped live, I was going to be blowing down like that to like create a thing, kind of like I did in my Christmas premiere. If you got to see it, if not, go back and watch it when we're done here. You'll really like it. I put up a challenge for the new year in there. But yeah, I was going to do that, like to start the live off, just kind of blow a good cloud over and let it spread and dissipate. And it actually provides a pretty cool effect to start a video on. Drunk enough to pee in the dank circle. Oh Lord. Oh my God. How did my life devolve into the same stuff we talk about in Zoom? Yeah, I even dressed up in a Santa suit this year and everything. I've got my Santa suit still sitting over here beside me. I could actually put it on and get on camera, but I'm not going to do that now. Maybe I'll go live next week. I actually thought about changing the name of the channel. Y'all are going to love this. I thought about changing the name of the channel to Diamond Painting Santa and do all of my videos year round in a Santa suit. I could almost take that the wrong way. Oh Lord. Okay. Hi, Linda. Oh my God. But yeah, I was thinking about doing that. Like that was kind of a thought, and other people said I should, but that Santa suit is uncomfortable. Oh Lord. Oh, this is another color that's got all the little tabs. Like more than half of the ones in this tray have little tabs. Maybe you'll get to see them if I hold them up there, but they're just really bad. They probably show up good on a darker background. But they're horrible. So I'm going to contact them and see if there's anything they can do about this. You can see one there in the bottom, kind of bottom center. Now it's like right in the center. There you can see the tabs separating them. Yeah, these things are bad. I walk in circles in the shower just peeing. Oh. Yes, folks, this is the fun we have. almost every single night. Well, I hope you are, Berta. Like, I don't know too many people that shower clothed. I mean, I have, but I wasn't in a good state of mind at the moment. I woke up one day in the shower with my clothes on. Because my friends thought that was the place I needed to be. And they made me go in there and get in the shower with my clothes on. And I passed out sitting in the floor with the water running over me. Y'all killing me over here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She told us about the falling into the bathtub. Oh yeah, y'all. By the way, I mean all your ones that hang out in Zoom already know this, but I have been corrupted into yet another craft. So I am now doing cross stitch as well. I actually have like 6 patterns sitting waiting to be done. I did a little. I started off with a little Mario, and I said that wasn't enough. That was too easy. So I started on this one, which I'll have to find the cover for it so you can see what it actually is. It is going to be that when I'm done. Oh, I'm so sorry, Helen. Yes, yes, Judy. These wonderful people in Zoom corrupted me and switched me to the dark side. So I'm doing both cross stitch and diamond painting. Yeah, I am, Robert. I already told them they're not going to corrupt me into crocheting. They're telling me no, just hang around long enough. But I just don't see myself crocheting. My mom did. My mom loved to crochet. That's what she did like every day when I was younger growing up. She just was always sitting there watching. She watched her Price is Right and Jeopardy. And going back years, I mean, some of y'all are old enough to remember it, but some of you may not be. Years and years ago in the early 80s and late 70s, there was a show called Tic Tac Doe. It was basically like a trivia type game where if you won the round, you got to pick a square. And it was a tic tac toe board. And one person was the X, and the other player was the O. And that was the way it worked. And you tried to complete the tic tac toe board with your, straight line of 3. And she would watch that and Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, and she would sit there and crochet. That was her thing. Enabled. Yes, you enabled me. I'm going to start basking. Oh, Lord, basket weaving. When I was a kid, I used to do the hard plastic thing. That's, I don't know what they call it. We used to use yarn, and we had a big plastic needle, and it was the plastic cards with the holes in it. And I don't even know what the hell that's called. But my cousins and I used to get like variegated yarn, and we would just make designs in the plastic with different stitch patterns or stuff to it. But I was like 6, 7 years old at the time. Oh, there's Arya. Hi, Arya. Hi, Debbie W. Yeah, it has been a long time no see. Yeah, Crystal can get you the link quicker than I could right now. Needless to say, we have fun. Actually, I'm loving it, Helen. I love cross stitching. I'm enjoying it immensely. I have quite a few patterns coming in. I'm getting ready to start. In fact, tomorrow, not tomorrow, Tuesday, all of the floss and the fabric for Carolyn Manning will be here because I am taking part in the Carolyn Manning year of Carolyn Manning, and so I'll be doing that. And I've got this is actually for part of Crystal's All Things Disney 23. So I'm working on this for that. I was gonna put this one into the Big Sucker 2023, whatever it was, but it has to be a clean start, and this one is not a clean start, so I'm not eligible for that one. And plus, they had a lot of things in there that I just didn't understand. It's like get a number, get a something or other. I don't know, so I didn't. It looked like too much of a pain just to sign up for something so that I can just diamond paint. And he brought Mr. Bossy is here, and he brought reinforcements. Oh, who that? Oh, yeah, they got Ashley into it too. Yeah, Ashley is just fast at everything. She is like super fast at everything. She did that massive custom poodle in like what 19 days. I think you finished it in. I was really, I mean, she kept showing off the progress. I'm like, man, you're going to be done with that before I'm done with this little tiny 60 by 40 that I'm working on. Yeah, you cruise through that one. And, but it, I mean, it's just a beautiful painting. I'm so amazed with it. And the shipping time, I'm sure, was a lot faster than Ever Moment. Even though Ever Moment I like, and I'll still go to them for some things, but I'm definitely going to try Dreamer Designs out for my next custom. What was I working on here? Oh, B in a circle. Yeah, went from P in a circle to B in a circle. This thing has so many weird uh, symbols on it with 100 colors. But you would think that when whoever charted this thing up would have looked at the symbols and said, maybe we shouldn't put the small h next to the large H and have them be very similar colors so that, they interfere with one another. because I just had a big section down in here, which was all small H's and large H's, and they're both very similar colors. In fact, I've got some more large H's here. Down in here, I had to fit all the small H's. But there was some big H's mixed in with it, and just really hard to see and differentiate. And then they had another symbol that was, it was like a quarter circle with, or a quarter circle with another little line behind the curved side facing that way. And then there was another one facing the opposite way that was a different color. And so you end up putting it on the wrong ones. Yeah, this, whoever did this really needed to go back over the symbols and rethink what they were doing. Oh yeah, Hank is right here behind me, WW. There he is. He's just hanging out on the chair. Okay, by the name of it, I can tell you what it is, but as far as what it's a treatment for, I couldn't tell you. Hey, J Rob's here. Hey, thank you. J Rob. Yeah, just for her. There's some special effects for you. She comes for the special effects. So I am considering a retreat this year. Maybe once I get back on track financially here, I will probably get myself on a waiting list. I might be able to go, especially the one in September. So I'd like to be able to do that, but I can't guarantee anything because right now things aren't really good on the financial front. I went from having 2 incomes to 1, and I went through my savings already, and my paycheck doesn't cover all the bills by itself. So I put in a resume in for a new job, making more money than what I'm making now, so considerably more money. I put it in on Friday, so probably won't hear anything back until probably Tuesday. But I already spoke with the boss for that job, and he asked me to put my resume in and fill out the application so he could get me in there, because it sounds like he sounds like he wants to hire me anyway. So I'll probably hear back from him on Tuesday. $13-3 Ravens. Yes. Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate the updates. Because they've already clinched their playoff spot last week. So now we're just competing for position in the conference, which you all locked up number 1 already. So, well, I won't say you locked up number 1 already, but you may have after tomorrow. Probably will. But it looks like we'll probably be playing you in playoffs at some point. As long as Lamar don't choke in the playoffs like he does every year. Helen, right now I work on I go around the University of Alabama campus all day long in a van, fixing those and working on those. There's VO scooters. That's what I'm doing currently. I've just put in a job at a pest control place to do exterminator. But it pays considerably more being an exterminator. Thank you. Yes. Like I said, I think I've got it. It was a friend of my buddy Paul's that knew I was looking for a job, and she said, "How would you feel about being an exterminator?" And I said, "I got no problem there." She said, "Just going around spraying some bug spray in people's houses." And she goes, "Well, there's a little more to it than that." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but essentially that's your job." And she says, "So, how would you be at?" I'm like, "I'm good with it." She gave me the guy's number. I called him. He said, "I don't even know how you found out about this position because I hadn't even posted it up yet. It just came open yesterday." He said, "I haven't even posted an ad to have it filled yet. I haven't even gotten the requisition from the home office to put the ad up yet. But check with me tomorrow and it will be up, and fill it out, and I'll get you in here as quick as I can." And I said, "Okay." So the very next day I went on and looked, and sure enough, he had the ad put up, and I filled it out and I submitted it, but that was Friday. So I will probably hear back from him on Wednesday or Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I don't know. And that's all of that color. It's all of that color until I put this away, which that is not all of that color because I got some over here in this little unfinished section. In fact, I've got to go back and pull out the P in a circle and fill in some of them here. That's exactly it, Phyllis. That's very true. It's who you know. And I came recommended, so. Yep. Aussie collection. And the bad part is it's not so much that they're similar colors, but they're similar colors with very similar symbols that just kind of blend in with each other in a confetti fashion. Oh, it's a trash drill. I can throw that away. Where'd it go? Ooh, that's awesome. I have. Oh, let me grab it. I bought the very last one at Best Buy a couple of years ago. I have Game of Thrones complete collection Blu-ray box set. It comes, I keep it packed in the box all the time. It comes in this wooden box. Like this. And as you pull out the different, let me pull out the, even comes with the Hand of the King clasp thing. And as you pull out each individual Blu-ray, it pulls out part of the picture. Aussie collection, we've been talking about her lately. Nobody really knows what happened to her. She just disappeared. Somebody did make a post in her group a couple years back, I think a year or two ago, that said that she was okay, that they had talked to her, but they didn't say anything more than that. So I have no idea. But I was curious about that too, because when I started out on YouTube, she was the first person that I found and that I watched videos of before I found Mrs. Coffee, and then eventually, Jeremy and Stephanie and the whole gang there. But she was the very first person I found when I typed in a question about diamond painting on YouTube. And so, yeah, I've wondered what's happened to her as well. But yeah, that's my Game of Thrones box set that just kind of stays up here on the shelf because I have a downloaded copy of the entire series already. So that way I don't have to ruin my DVDs to watch it. Ooh. I need to put that back in after the live. Thank you. Yeah, I lucked into that one, Sarah. I just happened to have it costs almost like $300, and I just happened to have it on me at the time, and I went into Best Buy for something else completely different. Actually, I think it's when I went in to buy my video card for my computer, and I happened to see it, and I was like, okay, I've got to walk out the door with this today. There's just no way I can leave this last one sitting on the shelf because it was a very limited edition. And they only had one left in this Best Buy, and the Best Buy online showed that there were none available to ship from their warehouse. So I had to get that one. I wasn't going to let the opportunity pass me by. Fix my camera. Oh, yes. Hi. I'm sure y'all just want to see my NASA shirt. What I want to get now is I want to get the entire box set of all of the Star Wars movies, starting off with, episode 1, the Phantom Menace one, and work all the way up through episode 9. But I also want to get the Solo and Rogue One so that you can actually have the story that fits in between episode 3 and episode 4. Or episode 3 and episode 4. Hi, Michelle. I hope you're feeling better. But yeah, I do worry about Ella too. Said I brought her up a couple of times, and I worry about her too. But this YouTube thing can be trying on people, especially if you have a relationship and everything else. YouTube can be a trying thing, and sometimes you just don't have the time anymore to devote to doing it. Luckily, I do have that time, and I'm back. But I could see places and times when I wouldn't have time to do it, and maybe she just got there went my camera. Maybe she just kind of got busy with life and just isn't able to be on anymore. Yes, J Rob, look at all those beautiful pins. I've got a whole pile more over here. Yeah, it just kind of slid off the one leg of the tripod is actually sitting right on the back side of where the light pad ends, and the canvas goes over the edge of it, and then the canvas goes off the back edge of the table, and it was just sliding backwards slowly. Yeah, I saw that, J Rob. I didn't even know you'd had a baby, and I actually had stopped by one of your lives one night a couple of weeks ago, I think. And I was like, wow. And I'm sitting there talking to other people. I was like, J Rob had a baby? I didn't know. Because I remembered the adoption fiasco, and I didn't know you'd had a baby. That was awesome. Congratulations. And how about you, Aussie? What has happened with you since I've been gone? I'm sure a lot has happened for everybody since I've been gone because it's been almost an entire year. I don't even have that many of that. Why did I dump that many in the damn tray? Oh, that's good. That's good. Did they accept it? Did everybody accept you? Yeah, I think there is a Blu-ray box set, Helen. I think there is. I can't remember. I haven't seen one in a while, but Arya, what are you doing? You over there snorting? Really? She sounds like a female deer trying to snort. What's that noise for? I've never heard that noise. It's not a hiss. That was a snort through the nose. I know. You're weird. Well, you know what? If they can't accept you for who you are, they don't need to be friends anyway. I know it hurts to lose a friend, especially over something like that, but you know what? You're better off without a friend that can't accept you for who you are. I got you back here, man. It is sad. It's sad that people will cease being your friend over something like that. It's like it's not it's not their thing to worry about. It's not them, and nobody's doing anything to them. So why would people refuse to be your friend over something like that? I don't get it. I'm oh well, thank you. Maybe he still really stinks because she ran like she was running and all excited and everything, and she jumped up in the window and made that noise when she jumped up in the window. Well, no, no, then one of them beat you up. Don't let me come down there because that's messed up. I say we make a group field trip. Group field trip to Australia. We gonna hunt this person down. Yes, this is a very safe place for you, and you should know that already because we've been friends for a long time here, man. You're in a safe place. I still say group field trip to Australia. Well, I'll stop by Terry's house for lunch on our way to go hunt down Robert's ex friend there, or not Robert. God, I have okay. Another male and all the names. Aussie Collections best friend or ex friend there. Yes, Jenny Rose got it. I ain't got to say nothing. She's on it. You know what? I just dumped out some of these drills and I only have but one of that color on this whole section. I can already see one that I missed there from a previous one. And thought I saw, yep, one there from the previous one. There's one there from a previous color that I did. So I'm going to have to go back and add, and there's one of the circle of B. There's a T that I've already done. Small letter E that I've already done. An F I've already done. Done that one too. I've missed a whole bunch of them over here. I'm pretty sure Terry can send you that link again, Robert. She had it, or no, Robert, Aussie Collection. She had you added to it, or well, to the group that where you get the link for the Zoom itself, and it said you left the group. So yeah, we'll go hang with him. That sounds like fun. Hey, he's a DJ, man. He knows all the good music spots too, I bet. And did it again. I dumped out all of those drills for one drill. Just know that if you join the Zoom Aussie Collection, Greg, be prepared to be called either Dave, Brian, or Robert. And the rest of us will be prepared to be called Greg at some point because we seem to have that issue. In fact, I think Robert's name on there is Brian, Robert, and Dave because he just gets called all of our names. Sometimes we get it right and call him the right one. Arya, don't you dare. Don't you dare. She's standing on the TV stand, which is right behind the desk, and she's about to try to jump on this desk. But see, this desk is very shaky. Come here. Come here. Come here, Arya. Come here. Hey, you hiss at me. Here, Hank. Say hello to your fans. Here's Hank, up close and personal. He doesn't want to take a step because he sees that it's sticky over here and he knows what it's like to. I know, Helen. It's just on this one, it's ridiculous because there's 100 colors. And what really sucks is you get all the way through the 100 and then find the ones you missed from the first box of drills way back in the beginning. Meet Nick Jonas. Hey, that's cool. I mean, how likely would you be to have that opportunity to meet him in your line of work. I mean, you're still working for the radio, right? I mean, I'm guessing. But if I remember correctly, you highlight like local bands and local music artists. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since we talked about it, but oh, okay. Well, don't give up hope. There's always a chance you'll meet them. I mean, I never thought that I would get up close and personal and with Metallica and fist bump, shake hands, and get to touch Kirk Hammett's hair. So I mean, and that happened for me. And here I am. It happened for me at 47 years old, 46, 47 years old. So yeah. So don't give up hope. There's always a chance. You know what? I put that away and there is another one. I have a feeling the castle part of this thing is going to be pure confetti all the way to the top. But all the blue around the side is going to make up for it with the color blocking. Honestly, it's open 24/7 every day. And there's usually always somebody in there. At most times, I mean, maybe in the early morning hours US, like, from like 5 to 6 or so, sometimes 7, there's nobody in there Eastern time. But otherwise, there's usually always somebody in there to hang out with. And if you're in the same time zone as Terry, like, there's usually a lot of people on during that time of day here. Because that's like early evening for us over here. Early evening and afternoon. Yep. And sometimes we do craft and clean where we like craft for like 40 minutes and then we take 20 minutes off to go clean something and come back. So that way we can, justify sitting and crafting all the time and we still get some kind of housework done and some kind of real life stuff done. Yep. Yep. Us Americans and Canadians. Poor Terry needs somebody in her own time zone to hang out with. Man, it's really good to see so many people here. How many do I have in here? Let's see. There's 26 of y'all watching. Cool. Yes, adulting must be done. I thought that was us, Dave. I'm unsure what you mean there. I can't remember what I said 10 minutes ago. Yes, we play Kahoot. That is a hoot. Oh, yeah. Well, some of us are on Terry's time zone without living in her time zone. Yes, I agree. Ooh, that's a bright. That's not quite white, but it's not quite blue. It's almost like the color of lightning. It's really neat. I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not. It looks like white, but it actually is kind of like a very, very light blue, almost like the color of a lightning bolt. Well, hello, Terry Shale. We have another Terry here. Koala Crafts is also a Terry. So if you hear me say Terry, more than likely I'm referring to her, unless you just spoke to me, and I'll refer to you as Terry as well. So we'll try not to get confused here. From Alberta, we have another Alberta. We have Sarah here. Yeah, ice blue. Okay, it's DMC number 3747. It's very pretty blue. I mean, it's barely blue. It's blue tinted white. Well, thank you, Helen. I feel like I'm doing all right here. It's been a while. It does seem. I'm going to say this. It does seem foreign doing this without somebody else here along with me, keeping up the conversation back and forth and everything. However, I have been told that people enjoyed it better when that other voice wasn't here, and I hate to say that, but yeah, I've been told. So I'm supposed to be kidding up. Okay. Well, how am I supposed to know what you're doing over there? Oh, and by the way, y'all, I'm going to put a word out here. I'm going to help. I'm going to help Ashley out. Pink Poodle here. Um, she is looking for the new, what is it, Anamorte that came out in the mystery boxes. She's looking to trade for somebody for that one. If anybody knows of somebody that wants to trade theirs off or whatever, um, look her up. She's trying to get a hold of it. So I'm going to try to help her out here. Unless she already got it, and then I'm like saying that for nothing. The last I heard, she hadn't gotten it, and she only had like one offer for somebody to sell it to her, and it was more than what she was willing to pay for it. Awesome, thank you, J. Rob. I was just told that others actually were off put by the other, so yeah, I'll leave it at that. Okay, think. All right, Ashley, that's cool. I knew you. I wasn't sure. I couldn't really keep up with all of it, but yeah, I knew you had one you wanted to trade, and you were wanting to get that specific other painting. So glad I could help if it does. If not, I tried. Yes, Beth. That's why I said that's all I'm going to say about it, because again, I said no hard feelings there, no grudge held. Well, there may be hard feelings, but I'll get over them and in time. But there's no grudges held there, and we try to stay friendly. And I don't want anybody to think badly of or take any sides there. So that's why I'm not really going into depth with that one. Yeah, and yeah, Greg, you don't have to be on cam on Zoom at all. You can be just on voice. I will say that, we're all friends in there, so nobody's judging anything as far as you being on cam or anything. Nobody's thinking less of you for being on or off. We do enjoy seeing each other's faces, won't lie, but nobody's required to be or anything. You're not even required to be crafting or diamond painting while you're in there. You can just sit there and chit chat if you want to. Nobody requiring you to really do anything. We have a great time, laugh, joke, play games, call each other the wrong name. Yeah, all those things. Sandra, hello. Secret Sandra. Did you start your new channel back up like you were supposed to? It looks like it. No, I did not. I think it was a Crystal and Stephanie thing. I think. It's existed long before I even knew about it. When I first came back, Beth asked me if I wanted to join one, and she added me into it. So, but I think it's been around for several years. So, but I was told that I was only allowed to come in if I brought Hank, and I did. I brought the Hank. So I lived up to my end of the bargain. And then the Hank tried to run away yesterday. Actually, no, J Rob, I did not. I right before I came back to YouTube, like about the time that Beth asked me if I wanted to go back on, if I wanted to join a Zoom, and that was probably what, um, beginning around about the beginning of November or so. I actually pulled out the Hank Custom and did some work on it, and then I ended up buying that Christmas DP that I did in my premiere, that I just showed off here, which anybody wasn't here, I'll show it again. I did that for Christmas this year, and I got some sparklers from uh, Tmall, and I did the snowflakes and sparklers, and they look absolutely gorgeous. And actually, I'm ordering more sparklers to do these blue balls. Hope Michelle isn't here because she can start laughing. But I'm going to do the blue balls in different types of sparklers to try to give them more of a real metallic look and stuff. And I want to do the windows in the building in some yellow ones, as well as the Christmas tree over here. I want to do the garland and the Christmas balls in sparklers as well. I don't know if I'm going to do ABs or what, but yeah, the stars in the sky and the small snowflakes are all sparklers. As you see, they really sparkle. And then I put the quad ices in for the other smaller snowflakes that are just took up 4 spaces. So I put the quad ices in there, and it turned out absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I put the last drills in on Christmas Day. Yeah, I catnap. I catnap, and I get off of work and I come home. I sit down. I fire up Zoom, and I fall asleep in my chair every time. Yeah, it's a good thing Michelle, I guess she's not here because we had her cracking up. Oh Lord. I've never heard her laugh. I thought she was gonna die. I literally thought she was gonna die. I was at work and somebody else was in there coloring and they were talking about coloring blue balls. And it got Michelle, Glitter Angels there. Yeah, she's here. It got her cracking up so hard I thought she was gonna die. We literally had to tell her to breathe. And I didn't help matters much because I stopped in Family Dollar to get something and I found some blue Christmas balls on the shelf. And I'm like, hey, look, blue balls. Then I was showing off all kinds of stupid stuff. I was walking through Family Dollar, had her cracking up even more. And it was crazy. We had a lot of great time. Oh, I'm sure she's sitting over there in Zoom right now, just dying. Well, that's better than what I when I left Zoom because she wasn't so happy when I left Zoom. So I'm glad I could make you laugh, Michelle. Ugh. Why did I pull that out? Pen. Gotta send T-Mall a picture. Help me figure out how and where to bling it up. Hubby got me some Starry Night from Diamond Dots for Christmas, and I want to make it really pretty for him. Wow, yeah, that's that one be hard to figure out. I want to go through mine and figure out all the ones that I can bling out now because now, yeah, I'm stuck. I'm addicted to the sparkler thing and the blinging canvases. I don't want to do it to this one at least yet until I've seen it mostly complete, and then I might find some stuff that I can bling out in it. Um, because this one's going to my granddaughter, and I think it would look really good blinged out for her. What color is this? H. That's why. 13-9 Ravens. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in game. Thank you. Yes, awesome. But that's a long time just to only be that far ahead. The Ravens and Steelers is always a good game because the Ravens are like, we don't care if we win any other game as long as we win against the Steelers. It's always a close game. Doesn't matter how good or how bad each team is. It's kind of like Alabama and Auburn. They actually train and practice all year to beat each other. It's just Alabama trains harder than they do. Yeah, speaking of that, I actually got some cross stitch patterns, some Alabama cross stitch patterns, and what else did I get? I got a bunch. I got like 6 of them. I'm kind of addicted to collecting patterns now. Some of my downloads. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that either. And there's no way to get to them on here. Oh, yes, there is, because I sent them. No, I sent links. Oops. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. Well, there they are. There we go. I got that one. And that one. And that one there. I blame those last two kind of on Crystal because she was the one looking through Etsy at the cross stitch patterns and kind of sharing some that she liked. And I went to go look at those. And then next thing you know, I found those. And I got that one. A little Hank and Arya looking out the window at a snowman. I say if you can diamond paint, Greg, you can cross stitch. I didn't think so, but it's a lot easier than I thought it was. I'm on Pattern Keeper already, Beth. Yeah, I already use Pattern Keeper. I've got swipe, 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 swipe. Yes, I've already got the one I'm currently working on Pattern Keeper, and I've got, well, yeah, I've got that Carolyn Manning, and the one I'm going to do first for the year of Carolyn Manning is Midnight's End or Midnight's Garden. And Pixie Playground. I don't have the other ones put in Pattern Keeper yet. I just don't have them on my phone yet. Yep, got that one too. Is Hank playing a video game? No, he is not. That is my phone notifications going off because Beth is sending me things. I don't know why, but they're things that I think, I don't know what that is. Gotta go make mashed potatoes before my meatloaf is done. It was great to see you back doing the lives. Thank you, Sandra. Now you're going to see me every Sunday. I'm back to my normal times on Sunday. Hello, Dipolar. I'm glad you could make it. But no, that was my phone, J Rob. That's notifications. They go off constantly. I've also got my phone linked to my Windows, so that when I get a notification on my phone, I get a little sound that comes up on the computer with the notification as well. So that's where you're hearing all the noises. Oh yeah, my setup. Yeah. That's how I've got things set up here. That's what she was sending me that for. That's kind of where you're seeing me sit from right now, is like that. It's facing my TV. I have pictures here in the gallery. Camera. There we go. The other camera. I don't know if y'all ever saw my little setup for my toilet paper roll, but that's down at the foot of the desk on the front side over this way behind the camera. And I've just got two of those there. That's just a dowel rod on a pool noodle, and it's got the planing wrapped up around it. So all I got to do is pull this front end towards me, and it unrolls it like toilet paper. You watch the Scream movies. You know what? I can't remember. I remember the first one, and I might remember the second one, but I don't remember anything after that, and I barely remember the second one. Okay, J. Rob, have a good night. Again, congratulations on the baby. That's awesome. I had no clue, but I hadn't been paying attention to anything the whole time I was gone, so. Wait, they got 6 of them now? Where? When did they make anything after 3? I don't remember anything after 3. I remember seeing 2. I never saw 3. But I don't even remember what 2 was about. And they got 6 of them. Okay. I'm behind. I'm way behind. But then again, I stopped the Saw movies at like 3 too, so. The Saw movies kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies. It wasn't scary. It was more cringy. Wow. Just got done watching Northman. I love Vikings, I love action, but damn, was that movie just average. Great cast, but crappy story and editing. Yeah, sometimes they're just not as good as they're made out to be. I had a friend of mine just went and saw the new Avatar movie not long ago. So I'm kind of hoping that turns out as good as the first one because that was a good movie. And if you have not seen the new Top Gun, y'all got to go see it. You got to see it. I don't mean if it's still anywhere in a theater, I don't know. But if you can get it at home, watch it. It is amazing. It is, I'm going to say it's in the top 5 best movies I've ever seen. And I hate to say it because I love the original. The original is one of my favorite movies of all time. But I think the second one actually outdid the original. I went and saw it the first night I saw it, the day it opened in theaters. I saw it in IMAX. And I was so amazed by that I went back the next night and watched it in D-Box, which I don't know if any of y'all have D-Box at your local theater, but it's really worth seeing a movie like that in because the seat moves. And it moves perfectly to simulate whatever it is that you're watching on screen. And it really immerses you into the whole movie that much more. And it was nuts. I caught myself actually doing the hick technique during the periods of high G's when they were pulling high G's. It was that realistic sitting there. So definitely see it if you can. It's really worth seeing. If you're on the fence about it, don't be. See it, watch it. It's good. Well, yeah, I like the Human Centipede, but I'm not going to. Well, that movie is cringy too. But the Human Centipede was just cringy for its own reasons. Yeah, he did bipolar. I was blown away with that movie. Just I think it's because he actually put all the actors through pilot training and flight training and had them film themselves in the back of the actual jets pulling the maneuvers. Where in the first movie, it was all done in a mock up that was moved back and forth by humans outside of it, rocking it back and forth and stuff. And the new one was actually filmed in the jet with a cam on the face of the actors in the back seat filming themselves. So it just was that realistic that it was good. Did they say what was wrong at your appointment today, Jenny Rose? What was causing the foot thing? Because I think I left the chat before you said anything. I left the Zoom before you said anything. Oh, Beth, the movie Human Centipede was. Be prepared for a yuck factor times 20. But it's worth seeing if you're into that kind of thing. The Human Centipede was different. Oh, I don't think there's a how it happened with cellulitis, isn't it? Isn't that something you just develop? I mean, I don't know. I'm taking a wild stab at it there, but oh, I know she's changed. I've Courtney Cox was kind of between her and Jennifer Aniston. I couldn't figure out which one was the best looking one on Friends, so I kind of kept up with Courtney Cox, and I know she aged a lot differently than Jennifer Aniston did. That's odd. Is it possible you got bit there at some point and it just kind of worked its way up and you didn't even realize it? Yeah, I'll have to sit down and watch them. I'll just download them here sometime soon and get a chance to watch them, and I will. I just didn't know they went that far with them. I mean, I watched, like I said, I when Scream One came out, I was still married, and and two came out. I think I was still married then, but I think I got divorced right around the time three came out, and then I didn't even know about four and five. So but for a long time there, I wasn't really into any. I wasn't keeping track of what new movies were coming out of any sort. So I probably would not have even noticed that they came out. Oh, I can imagine you. I can't imagine that kind of pain. I've had it before in my arm, so I know what it feels like. But I know what I got mine from. Mine was from a spider bite, and it turned into like an abscess, and I had necrosis on top of the. I had like a knot right up here on my arm, like right up here. You can kind of see this. Well, you can see the scab from it, but it was like swollen all the way around here like this, and it was raised up like really high, and then there was a black section. That that right there is where the necrosis was. Was that black section right there? It just raised up and turned black on top. It was nasty. But that was from a spider bite or a bed bug bite. When I moved to North Dakota, chick I moved up there for, when I got there, she informed me, "Oh, by the way, uh, we got bed bugs." I'm like, "Oh, great." Mm. We'll say this about this painting: it is the adhesive will not let go of whatever you put on it. I'm sure you could find one. I bet you probably go through AliExpress and find a Scream Diamond painting. I'm circling. I'm not circling. Oh, yeah, I miss things. Oh, hello, focus. Um, refresh drink. Now I got to go pee in a circle. Oh, okay. What time do it be anyway? Damn, it's 10 o'clock already. 2 hours went by that quick. Wow, that was fast. I hardly got any diamond painting done in 2 hours, but it's been fun. I think when I get off here, I probably will put this diamond painting down. I'll finish this color and I'll put the diamond painting down. And I will probably pick up the cross stitch and sit in Zoom for a while and cross stitch. I do have to go back to work tomorrow, so I should not stay up until 5 a.m. But Lord knows I probably will stay up until 5 a.m. because that's just what happens with me. And I just lose track of time. And as I said earlier, I don't want to sleep a third of my life away. So I will sleep when I am dead because I get to sleep forever then. So it's 3:05 p.m. on the 2nd of January in Australia. See? So see, like right now, I'm pretty sure the rest of the Zoom crew is probably in Zoom right now, hanging out, um, listening to me in the other ear or something. So when it's prime time evening for you all, it's early morning for us. But we have our night crew that's on pretty much every night until that time anyway. So there's usually always somebody in during the time you'd be there. About the time Terry logs off to go get dinner is when everybody else is thinking, man, I should be going to bed right about now. 16-13 Pittsburgh, 56 seconds left. Oh no. Please tell me Baltimore's got the ball. Please tell me Baltimore has the ball and that they're heading down to the other end to kick a field goal and tie it. Is Lamar Jackson playing tonight? That may explain why we're losing. If he's not playing. Because we got that scrub Huntley in there. That's why we're not winning. Can't believe Baltimore's going to lose that game. Ugh. How did we hold first place in our division of the AFC and we're going to play like that in the end of the season? We always choke at the end of the season, though. Look up, it says. Look up, it says. Look up, it says. Don't be talking about your old Aussie. No, 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 no. Don't you be talking about no old. I turned 50 this coming August. You ain't old. I mean, honestly, I may be turning up on 50, but I don't really feel 50. I guess I've been lucky to escape all the aches and pains and all that stuff that comes along with getting to this age because I still feel like I'm in my 20s. That was weird. I just heard a voice. Where'd that come from? I was going to say, my son turns 30 this coming year. So you're not that old. Awesome. Glad to have you, man. We're really glad to have you. Fresh meat, y'all. Fresh meat. Yeah, see that? Beth's old enough to be your mom, Greg. And I'm only a couple of years removed from being able to be old enough to be your dad. So next time you feel old, just remember us ancient ones. Man, I would love to come to a diamond painting camp in Australia. That would just be so much fun. Could we do it in tents out in the outback? That would just make it even better. Yes, exactly what Jenny Rose just said. Anytime somebody that's part of the Zoom needs something, you say it in our chat and somebody will be in there to be there with you. Anytime you need to talk about anything. Well, see, Beth, I've been telling Terry that I think all the animals in Australia want to kill you, and she says you never see those. She said dingoes there. Oh, see, so now there are animals that are out to kill you. See, you know I'm giving you a hard time, Terry. It's still on my bucket list to come to Australia, and when I do, I want to go to the outback. I want to see it with my own eyes. I mean, if I only get one chance to come down there ever, I have to see it all. It's going to be a month or more long trip, and just I'm going to see all of Australia while I'm there because it'll probably be the only chance I ever get to go. I want to see the dingoes and the the ugly mean snakes and the crocodiles and all the things that Steve Irwin warned me about. Well, see, Erica, I hike in the Appalachians, so I'm used to ticks and deer ticks, and you know, I think you're calling paralysis ticks the ones that give you Lyme disease, and then your half your face sags down for a while. Um, yeah, Lyme disease can be paralysis, but we deal with ticks out there on the trail all the time, especially in the summer. And everybody's worried about the bears on the Appalachian Trail. It's like, oh man, there's bears out there. The bears are not a problem. The ticks are your biggest problem on the Appalachian Trail. Um, and you do run into some timber rattlers and copperheads, and there are some sections, like especially like up in Maine and through that area, where you do run into water moccasins, but those are very rare along the Appalachian Trail. But you do have to watch your step going over some of the roots and logs and stuff, because there might just be a timber rattler sitting on the other side that you might almost step on. So they're there. You just have to be mindful of them. But most of the time, if you give them a chance to see you, they will take off running, and you'll only see the back end of them before you get to them. So, oh, different animal. Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right. Probably wouldn't see it all in a month, but I'd see all the main points. I'd hit all the main points. I mean, I would love to be able to have the money and the time to just come and spend several months and just see everything. But I'd have to make it like a kind of a whirlwind tour. I haven't seen anything on. I mean, everybody talks about the bears along the Appalachian Trail, and I have yet to see a bear. I've been hiking in the Smokies now. I've been on 4 trips to the Smokies, and I've yet to run into a bear. But yet, when everybody hikes the Appalachian Trail for their through hike, they start in March, and they hike through the Smokies usually sometime in April, just as the bears are all waking up and they're all looking for food. and a lot of the shelters along the trail are closed because of bear activity and stuff like that. And I've been up there all summer several times, and I've never seen a bear yet. I had a deer walk like, you know, 10 feet away from me. The deer don't even care about you being there. They'll just walk right past you and they don't care. You're good, Erica. Thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping in and being social with us. Watch out for koala there. I've heard those are pretty mean, actually. They look so cute and cuddly, but I've heard they're pretty mean. Yeah, Beth, that's the thing. The timing of it is unreal. Like the bubble, what they call the bubble with the Appalachian Trail is like because you have some people start as early as February, and there's some that start in January in Georgia and go northbound, but the majority of the northbounders start through the middle of March to the early mid early to mid April, and that they call that the bubble. And when the bubble gets to the Smokies is about the time the bear activity is the greatest. And everybody's worried about the bears, but the thing is, the bears don't want you. They want your food. You know, they could care less about you. They're scared to death of you. If you stand there in front of them and you put your hands up over your head, especially if you've got hiking poles, uh, your trekking poles, if you hold them in your hands and wave them over top of your head and you stand as tall as you can and make all the noise you can, the bear's going to run from you. But what happens is at night, you're trying to sleep at night and the bears will come into the shelter area where everybody's camping. And if you don't have your food bags hung from a really high location, the bears won't. The bears will rip into your food bag, and then that problem then becomes the bears then know that that location is a spot for food and a source of food, and they will keep coming there. And then you've got other dumbasses that feed them, and all you're doing by feeding that bear is guaranteeing that you're going to end its life a lot earlier because they like to try to relocate problem bears, but guess what? Problem bears remember their way back to that food source eventually. And when they become a nuisance bear, then they become a dead bear because then the National Park Service puts them down. And so that's why everybody is told do not feed the wildlife when you're out hiking or enjoying the outdoors. The only thing, in fact, we follow leave no trace, which is take only photographs, leave nothing but footprints. And don't feed the wildlife. Well, I know that, Greg. I know the only important thing is that. I get that, but you know, if you were an American coming to Australia and you only have one chance to come and you only had a month to do it in, you'd have to make a whirlwind tour around to be able to see everything. I mean, just I don't mean like experience it, but you know, get a chance to see a little bit of everything that the country has to offer in that month. And that's probably what I would have to do. I mean, if you were to come to the US and never having been here before and you wanted to say, where do I go to see anything? I could give you a route that you could take that takes you pretty much through every part of the US that you can experience what most of it is like. There'd be a few parts you wouldn't get to, but for the most part, you would get to see all of it or what it all has to offer. And you get to see the major sites that everybody wants to see, of course, like the Grand Canyon, the Cascades. You get to make it down to Los Angeles, which, you know, I don't know that anybody really wants to see that. The place is a hellhole now. But yeah, I mean, just I could do that. So I'm sure I could find something like that in Australia as well, that I could do a whirlwind tour and swing by and see you and Terry too. Yes, that would be fun. Yes, I know about the kangaroo. They are mean. They like to fight. I remember back, what was it, like in the 20s, they used to, one of the big draws at like carnivals and stuff was the strong man fighting the kangaroo, or the boxer boxing the kangaroo. It was always a fun draw at the fairs and stuff. Of course, the kangaroo got them really powerful hind legs that just, they annihilate you with them. Nashville, yeah. See, I don't live too far. I only live 4 hours from Nashville, so. And we have Zoom members that live even closer than that. In fact, I think Beth probably isn't much farther away from Nashville than I am. She's just on the other side. You would not be disappointed if you love your country music. Yeah, you would not be disappointed going to Nashville for sure. My son and I went there one time. Kind of, we didn't do a lot of sightseeing while we were there. We had to swing through and do something, do some business for somebody, and but part of that business was visiting um, some of the major music stores there, handing out business cards for a guitar manufacturer. And so we did get out and walk up and down Broadway, and we went to a couple of the places there that were kind of famous, and we took pictures at the Ryman Auditorium, where the old uh, the Grand Ole Opry was, where it originally was at, and it's really neat to see. We didn't get to go inside, but we got to take pictures at the front door. Well, if it's the same friend I'm thinking of, Terry, her sister still lives close to there, I think. Oh, Debbie lives an hour or so. Okay, that's cool. I did not know that. Yeah, you're down there in the area where it rains iguanas. See, I would find that fun. I would find that interesting. Be just iguanas falling out of the trees. But I love iguanas, so I keep them as pets. I keep the baby ones as pets and let them grow up with me, though. I don't. I wouldn't take in an adult iguana. For one, I don't have the space for an adult iguana at the moment. My house would have to grow with my baby one. Well, right now I actually do have the space for an adult iguana. I've got an extra room that I could turn into an iguana habitat. Hmm. Beth, when iguanas are small, they're a lot of fun. And like I said, when they get bigger, as long as they grow up with humans, like as long as you get them as a baby and you raise them yourself and they grow up around humans, they're not bad. Iguanas are very friendly creatures. Um, they're I think they're more beautiful as babies and youngers because they keep their green. As they get older, they lose their green coloring and they turn into like this like dingy gray. However, the right diet will keep them green for the rest of their lives if you give them the right diet. Hank would not like that. Oh, cool. My son and I last April went to Talladega for the NASCAR race, and we saw Riley Green. That was his name. Yeah, we saw Riley Green concert the night before the NASCAR race in the infield at Talladega. And that was before my son's wife, my daughter-in-law, found out where he was at and saw some of the Snapchats from what was going on in the infield at Talladega, and she almost divorced him over the things she saw in the other people's Snapchats. And I cannot mention on here what was going on in the infield at Talladega, but let's suffice to say that it makes Mardi Gras look tame. Or maybe it's right on par with Mardi Gras. Yeah, Beth has seen some of the video that I shot at from the infield at Talladega. Let's just say there were husbands up there, like, kind of sort of pimping their wives out on a stripper pole. Hey, I still got my collection. Uh, I still got my collection from the Talladega infield. Thank you very much. And there's that many of those still hanging on my rearview mirror of my car because my son could not take his home with him. His wife would have killed him if he'd have come home with beads. And that's not counting all the ones that I handed out. I did not have to pull up my shirt once for any of those because there was one camper there that had like a big platform built on top of it, and they were up partying on the platform, and they had box loads of the beads, and they were just throwing them down to everybody that was walking by underneath. And they had loud music playing and lights flashing and lasers and everything on their camper. And so you just go there and stand in front of that one. And there were a lot of people that didn't pick up the beads that were thrown at them. So me and my son were running around picking them all up. And then we had beads to hand out later on for people that did want to pull their shirts up for us. He swore to his wife, "I'm not looking at that stuff. Dad is, but you know, he can. He's single and he's allowed to. And I'm not looking at that stuff." Sure. It was right in your face. You couldn't miss it. Um, everywhere you looked. Everywhere you looked. Talladega infield is probably the funnest party I've ever been at in my entire life. And I think I want to go back again this year. Yeah. Yeah, there was lots of them. We really had a good time that night. Father son memory that just we'll have forever. The Plinko game was a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, he wasn't looking. No, no. Oh, Lord. Honestly, Jenny Rose, it wasn't like, it was just visual. It wasn't anything where you could physically do anything with anybody. It was just visual. Um, every camper, like along what they call the boulevard, is one long strip in the center of the infield at Talladega. They call it the boulevard. And you have to pay a lot of money to get one of your camping spots along the boulevard. Um, and so what they do is every camper there sets up some kind of like little booth where they can make money. And like there's one there called the Tip Jar Bar, and you walk by and they've got these giant tip jars on the bar. They've built their own little bar setup and everything right there, and they set it up, and anybody can walk by and order a drink as long as you put something in the tip jar. You can just put $1 in the tip jar and you can get drinks. And I mean, you walk by there and there's like $100 bills in the tip jar, $50 bills in the tip jar. But everybody there is trying to find a way to pay their uh, for their camping site by making money on the side there in the infield. And you had some guys that were there that had their wives up on stripper poles, and they were getting topless. And the guys, the husbands, were down there with microphones saying, "Come on up, get your body shot, $20." So you could do a body shot off of his wife for $20. Yeah, that's. I mean, that was probably the most physical it got. Um, but otherwise, it was all visual. Well, I get it because I'm sure my ex-wife wouldn't have liked it either. My ex-wife said I wasn't allowed to go to those kind of establishments either. So, hell, my ex-wife got mad if I went to Hooters. I'll be honest with you, though, Jenny Rose, you look better than probably 99% of those girls that were dancing on the stripper poles. They weren't that much to look at, but I guess a drunk person would have a blast. I'll see you later, Helen. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, my wax is wearing out, I think. No, it's not. It's just I'm not picking them up right. This is the tip made just for squares, and sometimes you really have to line it up perfectly straight to get it on the drill. All right, Deborah. Thank you so much for the game updates, even though it kind of didn't go my way. Thanks for coming in. You see, I've never been to Bike Week in Daytona. I want to go to the Daytona 500. That's my bucket list race to go to. I mean, I've been to the Bristol night race. I've been to Dover probably 20 times. I want to go to the Daytona 500. And I've been to Talladega twice now. So Talladega was my first race when I was 9 years old. 1983, Dale Earnhardt won in the Wrangler Ford. Yes, Dale Earnhardt drove a Ford in 1983 for Bud Moore, number 15 Wrangler car. He drove there 2 years before he went back to Richard Childress Racing and drove the Wrangler car there until 1990 when he got the Goodwrench sponsorship and drove Goodwrench car until he died. Yes, I know NASCAR history. I would be more than willing to go to Bristol with him if he wanted somebody to go with. I loved Bristol. That was a great track to go see a race at. There's no such thing as a bad seat at Bristol. Every seat you see the whole track. You miss nothing. But everything is happening so fast in so many places around the track, you got to keep your eyes constantly moving. What? The only one I have completed is my little Mario. He was pretty quick and simple. I did him in one evening, maybe 2 evenings. And this one here, I am like 3% of the way done on right now. And actually, it goes that way. And I'm 3% of the way done on that one. But that's the only ones I have that I've even started. I've got the thread and the fabric coming in for the Midnight's Garden. That'll be here Tuesday. I ordered that last week. Or actually, I ordered it the 23rd before Christmas. But because of the holidays and all, it didn't ship. So it's just shipped on Friday. So it'll be here Tuesday. Nope, it's not hard at all. Rossi Collection, it's not hard at all. You know how to count? I mean, that's really all it is. That's the hardest part of it is counting. You've got a pattern. The pattern looks just like a diamond painting pattern on your canvas. And you've got a pattern on that. And the holes, if you look at it, you'll see that the holes, every set of 4 holes is a square. So picture that as like where you would put a diamond. The only difference is you're replacing the diamond with an X of thread. That's all. Instead of putting a drill there, you're putting an X of thread across either one of those 4 holes. And those, you have a pattern just like on your canvas here. It's that easy. It really is. And yeah, if you need help, pretty much everybody in Zoom cross stitches. And all you got to do is ask a question and they'll have it answered in seconds. It's not hard. I'd swore I had tried it once and I couldn't pick it up. I couldn't figure out what to do, and I threw it away. And and I got in Zoom, and I think I was in there like a week and a half before they got me started cross stitching. And I think I've had to ask maybe one or two questions, and that was it. And from there on, it was easy. And I swore I would never pick it up again. I swore that I hated it. Hell, you ought to see Terry's thread storage setup she's got going on over there. I want that thread storage system, but it costs way too much money. They're still shooting fireworks off out here. I don't hear the gunshots tonight, though, so I guess we're good. No stray bullets flying around the neighborhood. Yeah, the Pippin chip. That thing is awesome. I love that. Yeah, right now all I've got, well, I've got the cards that the floss came on for this one. Luckily, it doesn't knot up on there. It just tangles like hair. But yeah, I've got the cards that this came on, but I don't really have any thread storage. I've got a pack of plastic bobbins that I bought from the DMC brand that I bought from Michael's when I went there. That'll have to do for now. I'll have to clear up one of these totes that I've got to put some of this stuff in. Oh, I can imagine Key West. Ooh. Never been to Key West. I've been to Fort Myers, St. Pete, drove across the Everglades on the interstate there, and then drove back up I-95, is it? Goes up, I think, if I can remember correctly. So I drove down the west coast of Florida, and then back up the east coast, and then across from Jacksonville, back across I-10. But that was all when I was truck driving. And of course, I went to Disney when I was in 11th grade in high school. My mom waited till I was in 11th grade to take me to Disney, and I thought, why are we going to Disney when I'm in 11th grade? I'm not going to enjoy any of it. It's all for little kids. And I found out that's completely dead wrong. There are plenty of adult activities at Disney. I will tell you this, though, Robert, or Greg. There I went again. I will tell you this: cross stitching is well, it's as expensive as you want it to be, but I have found it so far to be much cheaper than diamond painting. I mean, if you want to spend big money on storage systems and all that kind of stuff, you can, but for the most part, it's rather inexpensive compared to diamond painting. I do not know where Donnie lives. I live in Alabama, so I have no clue. I don't know where Donnie lives. I thought she was kind of up in the Midwest somewhere. Hey, Terry, I've got his. I'm friends with him on Facebook too. So when I get done here, I can add him. That's fine. Yeah, because he messaged me, I think yesterday, asking about if I was going to start doing lives again. I think, and so yeah, I've got his Facebook Messenger right there. Ain't no problem. Oh, looks like Sarah got it. Let's see, Sarah's the one there that keeps us in line for the most part until dirty minds start prevailing, and then she's the worst one about it. That so. Oh, you'll definitely have a laugh. There's no doubt about that. We do enough of that every day, all night. Yep. Oh, look at that. I got that's not hair. Hair doesn't break apart like that. Huh. I wouldn't say Sarah's our mother hen, but she's kind of like the cooler head when cooler heads need to prevail. Unless it just gets to be too much for her. But thankfully, we don't need that very often because we all get along very well. At least that's the way I view her, anyway. I mean, I may be wrong, but that's kind of the way I view Sarah. She's kind of the she enjoys like getting into discussions with us and stuff. But if things happen to get out of hand, she'd be the one to be the cooler head that would prevail over the rest of it and kind of keep us steer us back into the where we need to be. Like I said, until the dirty minds get going, and then Sarah's usually the worst one. Oh, all right, y'all. Guess what? We're getting close to the end here. I can't believe I made it 3 hours that quick. I was actually sitting here tonight thinking maybe I'll only go like 2 hours and just start off slow. But nope, jumped right back into my 3 hour time. Which to be honest, I don't never know. I think I know how it got to be 3 hours because it never really used to be. When I started going live back in 2019, I only intended to go live for an hour the first time, and it ended up becoming 2 hours. And then the next time I went live, I said, okay, I'll do it for 2 hours. That was easy enough. I went for 2 hours and just lost track of time. And before I knew it, we were at 3 hours. Like, okay, look, it's 3 hours. I got to go to work in the morning. I got to go to bed. See y'all later. And from that point on, it was always just 3 hours. Well, you also know that if you need to rant, you've got a place to do it, Jenny Rose. Ain't nobody going to judge you about it. Yep, I am back in the saddle. So I am going to cut this here. It is 10:56. It's 4 minutes to 3 hours. So I will cut it here. There's 16 of us all left in here, 16 of y'all. So I will see you again next Sunday night, same time, same place. If I can't, it will always be in my community tab. You should know that by now. Check my community tab. If I put a message in there, then I will not be going live. But I don't see anything to keep me from going live next Sunday night at this point. So I will see you all then. Until then, rock on and roll tide.